Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am McAlphany. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you could, please click that like button, turn it into a rocket, and send it to the moon. So, Ripple and XRP have been doing a great job. I love that dip, love that correction. It's always good to accumulate more coins. I keep saying this. It's always good to accumulate more coins before there's regulatory clarity or before the rest of the world says, you know what, we don't want to wait on US regulatory clarity. Let's roll out mass adoption for CBDCs for any of these banking coins, XRP, Algorand, HBAR, Cello, XLM, etc., etc. The banking coin family. So before that happens, all corrections are wonderful and beautiful. And like I said, I hope it goes lower so we can get even more. Everyone who's in the know that knows about these banking coins knows, number one, I believe that it's well known to diversify. You want to have a couple here and there, you do your research, you have your picks, okay? Number two, without regulatory clarity and without mass adoption through central bank digital currencies actually being used, they're just setting up structure right now. That's all they're doing. They're setting up structure. Nothing has been it hasn't been up and running yet. It's not fully functioning yet. That's why there's not this huge jump in price. Retail means nothing in this realm. You got to understand that. So just because retail people are buying bags of coins, and even retail whales are buying bags of coin, would mean nothing. Also, a lot of strategies are not going to allow for so-called whales to jump in until they have the proper catalyst. They're going to wait until the proper catalysts are in place. Number one, they don't like to take a lot of chances, so they're not too chancy, okay? They're going to wait on regulatory clarity or a proper catalyst for a CBDC utilization, like it's actually being used, not just structure being set up, but it's actually about to be rolled out and be put to use. They're going to wait for that. They're going to have it first. They have specialists on the job, sort of like what I do here, and I try to provide you guys with information early on before it's widely known by everybody else. They have people that do even more than I do. They're on the clock 24 hours a day. They're drinking coffee and Bang energy drinks, and they're going to provide reports to those particular whales so they can get in on it early. So they don't have to be in 24/7. They don't have to be. They just have to make sure that price stays down. So at certain times where a lot of retail might buy in and the price will spike, maybe a whale sends his people to get into. You'll see the price rise a little bit more. Then they'll dump. And when they dump, everyone else will panic and they'll sell as well. It'll bring the price back down. So right now, they have to keep the price down. And I agree with it 100%. Keep that price down. We can accumulate more. As retail investors, we can accumulate more. Let them keep the price down. Because once you have regulatory clarity or you have mass CBDC adoption and utilization, okay, that price is going to go up and it's not coming down again. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not. There's no way it's possible for it to come down again. Once you have a high transaction, daily transactions, and you have high daily transaction values, the price is going to start leveling out at a very, very high area, much higher than where it is now. So it's not going to come. It's not going to come back down. I was trying to think before it was high transaction rate. Sorry about that. I don't always have all the proper words. So right now is a beautiful time. So Ripple has been doing an amazing job. They put out a tweet. This was 5 hours ago, and it reads as such. We announced plans to launch our Liquidity Hub in 2022 to help financial services firms offer their customers the ability to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. And this was shared. It was shared by CNBC. So let's click on that link and let's go a little bit further. Let's dive a little bit deeper. So here we are on CNBC.com, which is a major thing. This is great promotion. It's putting more eyes on Ripple as a company. And as people look into Ripple, trust me on this, most of these people are very intelligent. As they look into Ripple, they're going to discover XRP, which is the native token, by the way. So Ripple has to use it. It is an integral part of their system. So they're going to have to utilize XRP. No worries there. So now let's go here. It says Ripple is set to launch a product called Liquidity Hub that allows financial services firms to offer their customers access to cryptocurrencies. Now, I'm going to just extrapolate a little bit. This allows Ripple to make contact and make itself an integral part of financial services and businesses that it didn't have access to before, that it wasn't attractive to before. Now, from the outset, it's attractive to many different banks and financial institutions just based on its very nature of providing cryptocurrency rails and a few other things that it does. We can get into that a little bit later because they do quite a few things at RippleNet. But this is a new facet that brings them into new parts of that sector. This is very, very good. The more parts of the financial sector that Ripple itself can ingrain itself in, that the more parts, more sectors can utilize XRP. This is good for XRP holders. Every little bit of adoption, as I said in a lot of the XLM videos, when it comes to Stellar, in the Stellar Foundation's movements, every little bit of integration or making oneself as a business entity an integral part of another business entity strategy or way of gaining capital or way of saving capital is good for the holders of those coins. Every expansion is good for us at this point. It's just frosting on top of the CBDC cake that is to come. So let them frost it as much as possible and make that cake as tasty as possible for us to have delicious gains. Let's continue on here. Clients will be able to offer trading in a selection of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and XRP. Now that's important. Think about that for a moment. XRP had an issue getting delisted by so many exchanges, but now they're providing a platform where a multitude of financial organizations who didn't previously have the ability to allow trading will be able to allow trading via Ripple Liquidity Hub. Not only that, XRP will be traded on there. This is a brilliant strategy to go around those institutions that stonewalled XRP out of existence when it came to the SEC case. So Ripple is setting up its own pathways to exchanges by being the provider of the liquidity and the structure for new financial organizations to put themselves forward as exchanges, with XRP being one of the tokens that can be traded. That also opens up more pathways for people to be able to purchase XRP. Not only people, business organizations, commercial banks, and whoever else would like to be a holder of the XRP token. So this is major in that way. It opens up much more opportunity. This is strategic genius at its finest. And what does that mean for you and I as holders of XRP? That means a lot more money in our pockets. And that's exactly what we want. A lot more money. Ripple is showing you the pathway. We don't have to go through any other intermediary to find out what their plans are, what they're doing. They're showing you the pathway that if they cannot go through other avenues, they're going to make their own. So let's continue on here. It says the San Francisco-based company said the feature called Liquidity Hub will give its enterprise clients access to digital assets from a range of sources, including market makers, exchanges, and over-the-counter trading desks. That says it all. So Ripple as a company, I think they have a brilliant strategy. They're well into over 300 different ecosystem partners. IBM and Ripple are neck and neck as far as how many ecosystem partners they have. It's ridiculous. HBAR is getting up there. HBAR is one to look at, even though a lot of people are turning a blind eye to HBAR. They have CBDCs on the docket. They're up to bat. You have to pay attention to what these companies are doing. They're laying the foundation right now. They're building right now, okay? So they're planting seeds, and later on, we will have the fruit of what those seeds have become, okay? So you just have to wait on the fruit. Right now, we're planting seeds. So this is a very, very good thing. Also, there's something about NFTs here. The company also hopes to offer other digital assets like NFTs or non-fungible tokens in the future. So what Ripple is saying, we're going to take a piece of everything. This is not just the banking world now. So what that does, and we're going to get into this a little bit more deeply later on in the video. This means that everything, I mean everything, maybe some people have talked about this before, I don't recall. Everything can be tokenized on XRP. So when you have people in the past who said all of the money, this is how you get all of the money. And I wouldn't necessarily say all of the money personally. I would say a large portion of the money will be flowing through the banking coins as a whole. A large portion of the world's money, the world's assets, the world's worth will be flowing through the banking coins unless something else comes in to take their place, something superior. This is where Hashgraph comes in, but we can talk about Hashgraph later on. Unbelievable technology, by the way. I'm into that as well. HBAR, get a little bit of HBAR. Hashgraph is an unbelievable technology. They're going to do very well in the future. But a large portion of the world's wealth, all of its assets, everything will be flowing, possibly, it's no guarantees, flowing through blockchains like XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algorand, Cello, the banking coins, the ones that act as rails and now you're able to tokenize things. So we're talking about real estate. In the future, I'm pretty sure stocks, real estate, stocks, NFTs. And with NFTs, remember, that comes the music industry. The music industry is, you can sell songs as NFTs, artwork. I mean, so many different things, so many different things. They're tracking carbon tracking, carbon tracing, how much carbon people are using. They're tracking electricity through the blockchain. All of this is being set up now. It's just a matter of time before everything's up and fully functioning. And that's when the prices go insanely parabolic. So XRP, Ripple, is setting themselves up to have everything flowing through XRP. I love what they're doing. So now let's go here. So for anyone who is new to XRP, here's just a few of their partners, their banking and financial sector partners. This is from itsblockchain.com. And here's a little bit of their list. Bank of America, who we also know did some work with XLM. They had a prototype that they ran on XLM and won a particular cryptocurrency rail competition utilizing Stellar XLM. So we're going to just throw that in there as well. I win no matter which of these banking coins goes parabolic because I'm into all of them. All right. So banking coins. I'm not into all of crypto. I'm into all of the banking coins. Let me clarify that. Bank of America, American Express, and Santander. Santander also has XLM ties. SBI Holdings, MoneyGram. Oh, but MoneyGram's off the table, but we're gonna get into that a little bit here. Now, the reason I even tripped up and said MoneyGram, here's why. A lot of these banks on this list have ties to both XRP, XLM, sort of like how IBM is utilizing, pay attention, IBM is utilizing both Stellar and HBAR, FSI Holdings, FSI, huge financial entity. Both has ties to Stellar, Visa, right? HBAR, Hedera. All of them are using multiples of banking coins. All of them are using they're setting themselves up for MBDCs, multi-blockchain digital currencies, or what they're calling now MCBDCs, multi-central bank digital currencies. I prefer to say multi-blockchain digital currencies because they can be central bank digital currencies or they can be national digital currencies. There is a subtle difference, one by a government, one by banks. Okay, a little bit of a difference, not too much. But they're all setting themselves up for the usage of multiple banking rails, which is just intelligent. Why would you use just one? You want a system that cannot fail. So you have one for inflow, one for outflow, or however you want to do it. Maybe you have another for B2B. That's another sector that people don't take into account a lot. Business to business transactions, business to business cross-border payments and such like that. And just overall business to business transactions, which we covered in a prior video. So I don't think for XRP, once the SEC lawsuit is over, I don't think a lot of business that went away for them is going to stay away. I think a lot of business for them is going to come back, and they're going to congeal with a lot of other entities. It's just my humble opinion. They're going to congeal with a lot of other entities, at least not if it's not via Ripple, it's via the companies conscripting XRP themselves. They don't need permission from Ripple to use XRP. Let's get that out of the way. Okay? They can use XRP without Ripple's permission. But I think XRP will be conscripted by a lot of these companies, utilized in their own particular way, and congealed with other banking coin or crypto rails to formulate their own versions of MBDCs or MCBDCs. This is what I believe is going to happen, because there's not enough banking coins to go around for all of those quadrillions of dollars in the world. It's not enough. You can't have 50 billion coins and that be enough. And large institutions, I don't see utilizing fragmentation that much. They want entire coins. I mean, just my humble opinion, So with that kept in mind, they're going to have to congeal a lot of those crypto rails into one mega system. And this is where you get projects like Project Dunbar. Okay, so I just made a post about Project Ethanon, right? Then you have Project Enbridge. All of these led to Project Dunbar, which led to other projects, which now you see them congealing a multitude of banking coins and rails together. I mean, it's mind-blowing. So they've gone beyond, I'm showing where it began. They've gone beyond experimenting with inefficient cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. They're they've gone beyond utilizing inefficient cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, and they've moved on to experimenting with the likes of XLM, XRP, and a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So let's get back to the list. SBI Holdings, National Bank of Fujairah, Money Match, Standard Chartered Bank, Westpac Institutional Bank and Bank of Australia, Royal Bank of Canada. We can keep going. UniCredit, Rice Bank, ATB, National Bank of Abu Dhabi, UBS, and it just keeps going. So XRP, or Ripple rather, has a bevy of banking and financial services partners. There's no way I see them failing at all. And they had years to set up the structure. The structure is already being built. There's just a tiny little bit left. And that tiny little bit happens almost simultaneously with regulatory clarity or the end of this SEC lawsuit. Even if there is a lack of regulatory clarity, we don't know how that's going to come and who that's going to come via, whether it's the government, the SEC actually doing their job. But that last little bit comes at that time. And the rest of the world is pushing very hard. They're ready for CBDCs. So I see XRP with one of those catalysts, any one of those catalysts, I see XRP going insanely parabolic. And everybody who got out of XRP, I think they're going to get back in so hard. They're just waiting. You know, they're just upset. That's understandable. Whether they get back in or not, it doesn't matter. With the banking coins, you got to understand, it doesn't matter if people out there hold the coins. It doesn't, because the coins are really going to be conscripted en masse by the banks. I don't even want to just say financial institutions, because even the financial institutions are tiny compared to the banks, the true whales. So it doesn't matter if people hold the coins, sell the coins. It makes no difference. This is why I think it's pointless to tell people to buy the coins, even if you were a financial advisor, or if you thought it was going to make it pump or something like that. I don't think so. Not with the strategies that so-called whales are using right now. No, they'll make that price plummet, and then people will panic. It's easy to make the price plummet, by the way. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if retail investors buy the coins or not. What we're waiting for as holders are for the banks to step in. When they do, it's all over. That's what the parabolic run for the banking coins is going to be hinged upon. Okay, mass adoption by banks, also financial institutions. Ripple is doing an amazing job right now. So let's get into the global remittance and cross-border payments transaction value. It's expected to grow. So this is a number here. This is from prnewswire.com. And it says global remittance and cross-border payments transaction value is expected to grow from $37.15 trillion in 2020 to $39.9 trillion by 2026. And I know these are conservative estimates because countries are printing money like it's going out of style. These are conservative estimates, in my humble opinion, I believe. So it could be a little higher than that. But the point is, this is just one little aspect of what Ripple is trying to capture. There's a lot more money out there that they're also trying to capture if you're paying attention. But just think about that, $37.15 trillion. And it's going to grow to $30.9 trillion. And that's not even all of it. Imagine a modicum of that flowing through XRP. It doesn't take a lot for it to go parabolic. It doesn't take a lot. XRP was at a much higher price than it is now. And before, when only retail was buying it. If it only took that retail to make the price go up to where it was before. Imagine when the banks get involved. So imagine that. And so a lot of people also like to talk about XRP, the stuff that's in escrow. A lot of the companies have coins in escrow. They have coins that they're holding back. And that is for allocation to large institutions that might want closed ecosystems to make sure you have some on hand. You don't want retail ever, just in case it was possible, and it is possible. You don't want retail to buy up all your coins and you have nothing to give to financial partners to build with, banks to build with. You have to keep some. And then when people want to build with your token, you made a direct deal with them, then you can give them some. Here's some for you to build with. Here's some for you to build with. Here's some for your closed ecosystem. And this is why that escrow really doesn't matter. And like I said before, there's not enough banking coins as it is. So that their numbers, it doesn't matter what their numbers are. It's not going to be enough. This is why there's so many banking coins and there's enough money for everybody. You see everybody getting along. Denell Dixon talks with Brad Garlinghouse and Brad Garlinghouse talking with Denell Dixon. You know, they're very polite. They're pretty much business partners. All of the banking coins are pretty much working together. Interoperability told you that they're working together. There's enough money for everybody. I expect all of these coins to do very, very well. There won't be one winner. There will be a multitude of winners. Now it's just about doing the research and finding out who owns what corridors. I've been saying this. Do you know what corridors your banking coin holds? So you know how many people are in that corridor, how much money is passing through that corridor. Is that population moving from one point to another? So then if that population moves from one point to another, the money is going to move. So let's say XLM dominates this corridor, but people are migrating from that corridor to another one. Okay, so now I know that corridor is going to drop in money. So my XLM money might drop a little bit. Who owns this other corridor? H-bar? Okay, cool. I'm in the H-bar. So now I know to expect my money coming in from H-bar because they dominate this corridor. And that's why they've been telling people what corridors they're opening. That's not for nothing. That's for the people that are wise and in the know to take note, get your pen out, get your pad or your notepad on your phone and write down, okay, XLM Stellar has this corridor. Okay, XRP Ripple has this Japan corridor. So now we have an idea and you should be placing that on a map. Do you have a map? Okay, XLM corridor here. Put a little tack there with a little sticky note piece. Okay, XRP here, H-bar here, Ethereum is here because there are a couple of banks that are running prototype CBDCs on Ethereum. I think that's temporary. But like I said, with the advent of MBDCs, I think that eradicates single crypto rail central bank digital currencies in the near future. I think that those are just a thing of the past. I think they're all going to run MBDCs, MCBDCs, as the Bank of International Settlements is pressuring them to do. And I think they will acquiesce because the Bank of International Settlements, Augustine Carlston, he has a lot of power. And his word carries a lot of weight. And he's highly intelligent and very, very persuasive. And when the Bank of International Settlements says that it is in your best interest to run MBDCs and MCBDCs, multi-central bank digital currencies, you listen. And not only that, not only will the other central banks listen, okay, which is highly beneficial to XRP, because what that means is that institutions that might not have been using XRP, because they don't have all the banks, but so banks and institutions that weren't utilizing XRP might now consider it. It opens up more possibilities. There's so much I had to cover. I don't know if I'm gonna get to all this. The video is getting quite long. But that's very exciting. XRP, I see an insane run. Insane run. However, let's cover some of these corrections before I close out the video. I do see maybe one or two. It could be more. It could be more. This is my humble opinion, just looking at how things are moving in the market, looking at certain catalysts, then taking in those catalysts, which have been major, but also reading so many people's comments and thoughts on the internet, just doing searches and seeing that they're disappointed that the catalysts that they're provided are not giving them parabolic runs, which makes absolutely no sense if you understand the protocol and what it's supposed to do. But because of that disappointment, I'm thinking people are going to start to get very upset, emotional. They're going to start selling at some point. You're going to see that price drop. So I'm anticipating that based upon disappointment, because of certain catalysts not bringing about parabolic runs, you're going to get a couple of people who want to sell XRP. If it goes up a little bit, they're going to take profits immediately. They have no love for the protocol, and that's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. But what I'm saying is I anticipate maybe one or two more corrections coming up in the next few months. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. But in my humble opinion, I think we're going to get a couple more buying opportunities. And maybe it might even go lower. It might go lower than where it is now. What was that, like 97 cents, something like that? 98 cents? I don't know. I think it could go lower. And that's a wonderful thing for someone like me. I'm going to get more. I'm going to stay ready. I'm ready to pounce. I'm hungry for XRP. I will never stop accumulating at these prices. Just my humble strategy, my humble opinion. I also never put in anything that's going to hurt me. I also never utilize capital that's going to be damaging to my life. So also keep that in mind as well. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't believe people should utilize capital, money, fiat currency that they stand to lose if the market takes a correction and it's going to be damaging to their life. So I never, ever do that. So I stay ready to pounce if the market drops. Wonderful thing. The lower the price, the better. It doesn't matter until we have CBDCs roll out with regulatory clarity, okay? Or one or the other. So I hope that was clear. In other words, I love XRP. I think Ripple has a bright future with the utilization of XRP. And if you don't know about this crypto protocol, just give it a look-see. I say stay neutral. We're here to make money. So all that emotion can go out the window. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to use logic. I'm going to use algorithms as well. Use mathematical equation. And I think once you do that, you'll see XRP has a very, very bright future, as well does XLM, HBAR, Algorand, and Cello. You saw that Cello price start to move a little bit, didn't you? Look how easy it was. It'll level out. It might even go down a little bit more. Keep an eye on Cello and how fast it can bounce back. Let's just watch and see. I always say this. I'm telling you, I believe Cello. We've had so many parabolic runs with Cello already. So many. It's a coin that I'm always gonna try to get more of and hold, right? If you want to take profits, it's a perfect profit-taking coin. It doesn't matter if you take profits either, because like I said, it's positioning itself for CBDCs. If it gets picked up, imagine a parabolic run that's going to happen. If we're seeing parabolic runs from Cello the entirety of this year, off and on, just from retail investors. Imagine. But let's pay attention to that price. So anyway, Cello's in there as well. And I think Cello could go parabolic hard first, hard first. Watch that Cello price. All you got to do, add it to your trading view or whatever charts you use and just watch the price. Watch Cello's price. And if it holds firm to what it usually does, you're going to see magic happen. I could be totally wrong. I'm not telling you to buy or sell. I'm just telling you, like, hey, maybe you want to add this to your chart just to watch and see. And then you'll take it from there. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.